Mikel, firstly,
Hello.
good summer?
Very good summer, yes, thank you.
Time to relax at all, or is it straight into thinking?
No, we had a few weeks to enjoy with the family and reset and recharge, especially all your batteries after a long season, and then start to execute the plan and the things that you want to implement through the season.
I love that. Straight away, thinking about executing the plan for the new season. I mean, before we get into the season, obviously it's been a pretty busy window for Arsenal. How have you kind of seen it? How has it gone in terms of, because I know you set targets for what you want to go out there and achieve.
Yeah, we've been busy. We've been very active in the market, especially buying players, and there is still quite a lot of things to do in terms of outs as well, and balancing the squad in relation to what we wanted to do. But I think we are in the right place with a few weeks to go still. But I think we added a lot of quality. We added the depth that we've been missing the last few seasons as well. So we're in a better place. Yeah,
and when you look at the other teams and the money that is being spent by those other clubs, is that something has it shocked you how much has been spent by some of the other clubs?
How early, especially because before they went to the Club World Cup, they already did a lot of business, so that was done very, very early. And I mean, the competition in the league now is like nothing we've seen before, so we all know that. We know that to win the Premier League, you're going to have to be absolutely excellent. The level is going to require is going to be something, again, that probably we haven't experienced yet, and we all want to win it.
Yeah, and there was obviously so much talk around the signing of Viktor Gyökeres. So many of the fans wanted him to get in, and was it important for you as the manager to be able to get a striker in early, to have that pre-season?
Yeah, and early would have been even better, but it's what we have. At least he's got some minutes under the belt. His adaptation has been really good. He's a great group of players to come and join the club, and very excited because he will bring something that we haven't got for sure.
Yeah, and when you talk about those things that maybe Arsenal as a club don't have that he brings, what are those qualities that you're kind of looking at drawing out?
Well, when you look at his scoring record, we haven't got a player that has scored that many goals in the last 2 seasons. So that killing instinct, that ability, that intuition inside the box to get the ball and put the ball in the back of the net is something very, very special. I think the level of threat that he provides and fear in the opposition as well, that's something that's going to benefit a lot the players around him as well. And it gives us flexibility to attack in a different way, to threat the opposition in a different way. And again, every time new blood comes in, something shakes and a new energy appears, and that's something really good.
Yeah, you mentioned there as well, different options that a manager can have when new players come in. How hard is it as a manager though, when you've got an 11 that are out there, you trust them, and then you play a different side and you think, actually, do I want to change what's been winning before? Is this what's going to be necessary for this next team?
Yeah, but every game is different. It's like a different war, and that requires different tools, different players, and the fact that you've been winning with one team doesn't guarantee you to win with the same team. So this season we're going to have something we haven't had in other seasons in terms of the capacity to change throughout the game as well, and to create different connections within the team, and I think that's a real value there for the team.
Yeah, and just again on Viktor, obviously coming in to an Arsenal side that has been doing really well. He's obviously got that great scoring record. You've dealt with big star players before and the pressures that come with that. Do you think he feels that pressure a lot? Obviously he's coming in, he's wearing the number 14 shirt as well. How do you as a manager handle that with the player?
Well, I mean, that's a recruitment process. Obviously that's one of the things that I was most interested of is we need to bring a player that can put that shirt on day one, walk into a dressing room and everybody says he's got it. And Viktor has definitely got that. He's got that charisma, he's got that personality, and he's a really confident boy, and you've seen the first few weeks already the way he's acting, the way he behaves on the pitch, so everything is natural for him.
Yeah, and leading into the Premier League season, to the start, I have to ask, as a Premier League manager, at the very top, what keeps you up at night? What are those moments where just before the start of the season you wake up and you think about something?
I sleep quite well. I wake up pretty early, but the thing there is making sure that that the boys and the team is with the right level of energy and commitment. Is every single day trying to do that. When they come in, that you feel that desire for them to be better every single day, and to be healthy. That's one of the things, you know, that please let's not get another injury. Last season it was especially difficult because we lost so many big players for 4 or 5 months, and that was tough because that's going to damage your capacity to perform. But otherwise, I'm lucky that we have a team of professionals that they are really good to work with.
For sure. Obviously, facing Man United, first game of the season, arguably, you know, one of the biggest games in a Premier League season that there is. To do that first, and looking at how Man United have strengthened, specifically their attack, what have you made of that? You know, them bringing in people like Mbeumo, Cunha, and now Benjamin Šeško as well. After they finished 15th, are you expecting a different side when you face them?
Well, when you look at the quality that they have in the squad, the manager that they have, I think we're all expecting that it's going to be a different season. They added a lot of quality, a lot of goals in the front line. They already had a really deep squad as well. So yeah, I mean, it's Manchester United. Nobody has to talk much more about that.
Yeah, there are a couple of parallels in you know your journey as well with Ruben Amorim in the sense of like you taking over a new team halfway through the season, then you get a summer to be able to try and implement your own style as much as possible, bring in a few players. Do you feel like this season for him, having been through something like that before, is it more of a chance for him to kick on?
I don't know. I think there are two very different situations, and what Manchester United historically has been what they've done, the kind of a squad that they had to what we have when I joined. But yeah, I mean, everybody needs time. It's a super competitive league and tough for everybody.
Yeah, and going to Old Trafford, obviously you were there as a player for many different teams. Does it hold like that rivalry still that we've seen throughout the years between Arsenal and Man United?
Well, it's an amazing stadium with so much history on it, and it's always great to go there and again live. That's the reason why we play, and we are part of football. Yes, to live those games, to be part of those games, and on Sunday is going to be a big one.
Yeah, 100%. And we have to speak as well because in pre-season for Arsenal there was huge noise around Max Dowman, 15-year-old boy that is become a superstar seemingly overnight. How as a manager do you help that young player develop? How do you turn them from being, you know, what could be seen as the best player in the playground to a real professional Premier League player?
I think doing things organically. I think first of all give him all the support, that attention that he needs, and on the other hand make him feel free to express himself, you know, and do it in a way that he's done it, that he comes and starts to train and play with us, and in a few days he looks very comfortable, looks like one of any other team player in the team, and he will have to keep earning his spots, and let's see what we get with him.
Yeah, for sure. And with Arsenal over the last 3 years, you know, it's been so close. The progression has been very rapid, seemingly, but then it has obviously come to coming second, and second again. How do you, as well as a manager, come back in for a fresh new season and say to your players and say, look, this is it, we're going to kick on? Do you forget about that, or do you use it as fire?
I think you have to use it, and we need more points, that's clear. I think we have more points than any other team in the Premier League in the last 3 seasons. Yeah. And we haven't won the Premier League, you know, but that means that we've done so many things right. We missed a few points in one of the seasons, and that's what we're going to try to do to be better. Yeah.
Do you feel like this season, from what you've seen from the other teams in terms of, you know, who they've gone out and bought, their pre-season performances, do you think this could be one of the toughest Premier League seasons yet?
For sure. And the level of the managers, the consistency that those squads, they've been together now for years, the way they increased the potential in the squads, the understanding between players, the quality that they have brought, for sure is going to be the most difficult one.
Yeah. And I guess from a fan perspective as well, we're always, you know, told about tactically how teams develop Are you waiting to see, like, you know, the new set of tactics that are brought out by teams this year? Obviously, there's always been an obsession over the last 2 years about a low block and facing something like that. And then you've got, you know, inverted wingers things. Do you get excited about seeing what managers can come up with and what you're going to be facing?
It's always good to learn, and there's a lot of clubs, whether they're in Europe, whether they're in other countries as well, that you can take things from. Especially people tend to focus in a really specific phase of play to look at those evolutions, and we do it in a different way probably.
Yeah, and with a player like Bukayo Saka, someone that has been a focal point of Arsenal for so long, obviously lost him to injury for quite some time. How important do you think his fitness is to a team like Arsenal?
Yeah, well, you just have to see the teams that they've been champions, and the amount of minutes and games that those players have been involved, and the impact of them. And you want to have the chance to win it, for sure. Your best players, the players that really impact the scoreline, have to be on that pitch as often as possible.
Yeah, and with your two striking options now, obviously you have Gabriel Jesus, who is out with a long time injury, but you've got Kai Havertz and Viktor Gyökeres. Do you see those two on the pitch together at some point? Do you see them, you know, being able to complement each other's game?
Yeah, they can play together. I think one of the biggest qualities of Kai especially is that he can play in various positions. He's done that with us. He's done that at the highest level, and now we have options. But on the right we have options, on the left we have options, and that variety and that competition internally for places, the capacity to impact the game when we need to as well, is going to be a different level of threat.
And there's a new kind of threat in the centre of the park for Arsenal as well, in the form of Martin Zubimendi. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about the type of player that he is, and why you really wanted to add him to this squad.
Well, because he brought qualities that we didn't have in the squad. A player with an incredible presence, the way he brains operates, the way he gathers information, the way he processes information and deliver with the right time. And the way he decides, it's something that is very difficult and very uncommon to find for a midfielder. And I think players are going to realize that, people are going to realize that pretty fast.
Yeah, the Arsenal fans are calling him the conductor. Do you think that's the correct nickname for him?
You can name it as you want. I think he's adapted extremely well. I think he's felt really, really well in the preseason games. You still feel that the connection he's built with his teammates, which is the most important thing, and he feels very comfortable playing the way we play.
Yeah. We've spoken to Martin Odegaard about, you know, he's had a massive transition in his life. He's obviously become a father. He's now a married man as well. How have you seen him develop as a captain?
Well, in his own way, I think it's someone that leads by example. I think when you talk about someone caring, someone that is going to drive the standards every single day, the habits every single day in a football club, that's him, you know. Every time he goes on that pitch, he gives his 100%. I mean, his level of commitment and level of desire to play the game is constantly there, and that's why he's the captain of the club.
Yeah. Amazing. Mikel, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Best of luck against Man United.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.